नमस्कार. तुमका सगळ्यांक माय मोगाचो येवकार. Welcome to this interesting dialogue with respect to plant sciences, where we are going to explore areas with respect to plant sciences. When we speak about planet Earth, we are concerned about the changing scenarios of this planet Earth. And the only saviors that we have before us are the plants. But often when we go in the fields, we go with respect to having some picnics or trying to simply take a stroll in the garden, but often we fail to understand whether the plants are interacting with us. And to do so, we have with us Professor K Janarthanam, who is going to tell us stories with his interaction with the plants. Professor K Janarthanam is a retired professor from Goa University and is currently serving as the chairperson of Goa State Research Foundation. Welcome to you, Professor Janarthanam.
Thank you, Dr. Aditi. Thank you for having me here.
So we see that you have mainly dealt with respect to your research is dealing with endemic plants and something known as plateau vegetation. Can you tell us and enlighten about what are these plateau vegetations and what are these endemic plants?
Yeah, this is my main area of work. Endemic plants means, for the general viewers, these are the plants which are restricted to a very small geographical area. For example, if you take Western Ghats, they are restricted only to the Western Ghats, or some of the plants are even restricted only to few plateaus of Goa. So we call anything which is restricted to a small area, we call as endemic plants. You also linked plateaus there. What are these plateaus? These are the flat lands which are here along the west coast as well as on the hills, Western Ghats, especially northern Western Ghats, where they call them as the tablelands. These are known as, basically the flat lands we call as plateaus. Okay. What is the connection between these two and why endemic plants are important? That is the question you are trying to ask me. First, let me say why I entered into this area at all. For my PhD, I was working on bladderworts. Bladderworts, you know, are one group of insectivorous plants.
Oh.
You know what are insectivorous plants?
Yeah, we are aware about which are
Yeah, these are the plants which feed on insects, otherwise non-vegetarian plants, we can say that. Okay, I was working on them and I used to go visit throughout the country to collect these plants. And finally, I realized that most of these plants are endemic, restricted to small area. And most of these endemic plants from that group are also restricted to this kind of plateaus. That is the first initiation. That is how I linked. Then later on, when I joined Goa University in 1991, you know, Goa University is situated on a plateau, lateritic plateau. And you go around every day, you take students and you go on your own, study the plants. Then you see that most of them are endemics. Then we started exploring more and more. Okay. And unfortunately, these plateaus are considered as wastelands. Most of our developmental projects are coming on this. You take industrial estates, you take institutional areas, even you take housing complexes, apartments, they are all coming on these plateaus. So there is a link. Endemic plants, that means if you lose endemic plants, you will not get them anywhere. Why do you lose them? Because they are in a restricted area. What is this restricted area? They are these plateaus. Not that they are not there elsewhere. Most of the herbs, endemic herbs, are on the plateaus. So you leave plateaus for the developmental project. Again, you are eliminating them. So this is how it goes.
So you suggest that we have to preserve these plateaus?
Of course. You go and tell them you preserve. They will ask first of all, no, why I need to preserve. So for that, we have been collecting data. We have been collecting data for almost for the past 3 decades on plateaus. Of course, the initiation has started 4 decades ago. Okay. So now we go with the data. You look at how many endemic plants are there. The interesting thing is, they come only during rainy season. Afterwards, all these plateaus will look barren. And people say that what is there? It is barren area. Why are you trying to preserve this? Same people, I advise them, you go to plateaus during rainy season and you go every 50th day. Probably you need not even start in the beginning of the rainy season. Start around our Independence Day. Then you go every 10th day or 15th day. The color of the plateau will be different, vegetation will be different, and you will see a beautiful succession. So this is what I would like to say through this interview.
Okay, thank you, sir. And you have, your biodata reveals that you have 90 plus publications in the form of book chapters, books,
Yeah.
and publications. And you have also added around 400 new records to the existing list in the state of Goa. And you will be also adding around 100 more to the flora of Goa, the forthcoming one. So, was this a difficult or an easy task, and how did you go about with all of these?
Yeah, when you say you have added 400 plants, not that plants were not there. No one went to the field and studied them. No one recorded them. That is the problem. Because, see, Goa was also under Portuguese rule till 1961. Like British India, in Portuguese Goa, people were not going and study the flora. Though here and there some works are there, but it was not recorded. So only after Goa's liberation, people started working. That too, only one work by Botanical Survey of India. He brought a flora not only for Goa, Daman, Diu, Dadra, Nagar Haveli, about only 1,100 plants or something like that he has recorded. Then we went to around collecting plants. We said none of them are recorded. Most of them are not recorded, about 400 plus. So we recorded them, that's all. We brought it to scientific attention. But they were there always. This is one. Why is it important? That is the question. Unless you know what is there, you will not know what to preserve or where to preserve. Which area to utilize for development, which area not to utilize. So that is where it goes. And these 400 plants, most of these 400 plants are from plateaus. Why only from plateaus? About 270 plants are from plateaus when we recorded these new records. Because earlier there was thinking vegetation, plants means only forest. These kind of areas there is nothing because it is barren. Why they consider it as barren? Because they never used to go during rainy season. Because it's heavily raining, who will go there? Moreover, there are no big trees and all. So they never used to go. That is how it is. That is how the whole research has gone in this direction. Endemic plants on one side and plateaus on another side. They are perfect combination for conservation.
Sir, we see that you have been honored with prestigious awards like especially the VV Shivarajan
Shivarajan.
Gold Medal, and also you have been awarded with the Goa State Teacher Award for your excellence in higher education. And what is most interesting that you have around 6 new plants which have been named after you. You have been honored with those names. How does it feel?
Yeah, as a botanist, see, I have also honored some people when I was a student, even after joining. Some were no more at that time. Some whom I considered that they have contributed enormously, or they have helped us in our exploration. We named after that. Something like that. These 6, someone who loved me, maybe on one side. Some for since I am specialist in those areas, for example, Ecological Janarthanam, because I was the one who worked in this group, my book was available. So they felt that it would be very nice to honor. They have their own reason, but I am honored really because they consider that I am worth to honor. And thank God that they did it.
So, is there any interesting story which gives you fond memories with respect to any of the plants which have been named after you?
No, like that is, see, interestingly, some of them even I have not seen.
Oh,
See, they go for exploration, they find a new species, then they feel that, okay, what name to give? Why can't we honor this guy? probably they thought that in their opinion, my contributions are worth honoring. That is up to them, I can't say. But generally what happened when before naming, we also ask their permission. But in these cases, none of them asked for my permission because they need not, obviously. One is by my own student. They kept it as a secret.
Okay.
And all of a sudden, I saw a paper published with my name tagged to it, honoring me. Then I saw who are the authors, my own students.
Okay.
They kept it as a secret.
So that was a gift from their side.
Yeah, of course.
So balancing research, teaching, fieldwork must have been a humongous task for you because you were juggling between so many different activities and also excelling in all of these activities. So how did you define a fine line while shifting from one area to another and also excelling so nicely in all these fields?
I think, Dr. Aditi, you are reading a lot into it. Nothing. It was natural when university was giving some work. I was doing because it's my duty. Of course, my main duty was teaching and research I was doing. Only thing, during working days, it was very difficult to go to field. So most of my field work was done during Saturdays, Sundays, holidays. Even on a Diwali day, I was collecting plants in somewhere in Talakaveri. I didn't eat till evening because I was in the field. These are wonderful moments. See, when you want to do something, you don't look at, these are hurdles, I have to go only during working hours, all those kind of things. But it was amazing.
Because most of your work is field oriented,
Yeah.
and you have to be in the field. And with respect to your conservation aspects, have you involved anytime the local people or the stakeholders while going towards conservation of any plant that you have come across?
Of course, you have to involve. If you don't involve, it will be a failure. Okay, ultimately, the local communities have to take care of the plants. They should be aware of that, its importance, and also contribute their own might in the conservation efforts. For example, Dipcardia goensis, it is our own species. It is initially it was restricted to a small area near Rivona in Goa, and that's all. It was not found anywhere. So we entered into conservation. Then we also many people, it was also published in newspaper, thanks to Times of India. Then people read about it. They were searching for it. Then they found it in other localities. That means automatically people were involved in this, right? So they went. They used to send the photographs. Sir, is it the same species? I said, yes. Where did you collect? We collected near Betul. Okay, this is very good. I will visit the area. So this is one way of involving. Another way of involving is thanks to Goa State Biodiversity Board. We went with them, met our biodiversity management committee people of that locality. We involved them. Of course, still negotiations are going on to declare the whole area as heritage site. Thanks to Goa State Biodiversity Board for this.
So you have extensively worked on endemics, but we also see that you have interest in other fields as well, like plant-animal interaction to be more specific, or remote sensing, or ecology. So how have these areas intersected your work?
Yeah, see, you cannot, where do you do taxonomy? You have to go to field.
Yes.
Field, is it without ecology?
No.
No, it is not without ecology. So you ask some questions. Why this plant is seen only here? Why always these two plants are always coexisting together? You understand, no?
Yes.
Why this plant has flowered this year, whereas last year it didn't flower? You understand? You ask a lot of questions. Okay, one. And why this particular insect is seen only feeding on, feeding only on this plant? Or why always that bird is eating the fruits of this tree? That's how, whether it is plant-animal interaction, ecology, these are all natural observations when you go to the field. Okay, then you take interest. You ask the questions, basic questions. Then you develop interest. Then based on that, I was teaching one paper, course, plant animal interaction, which is a very successful course. You are aware about that. Even today, of course, I have retired. I don't have opportunity to teach that, and people used to love that, because ultimately through this plant animal interaction, you learn that the underlying philosophy is same, whether the interaction between the people, among the people, or between the plants and animals, ultimately it distills down to the food, to the shelter, to the resources, fighting for the resources, or impressing the mate with the resources, which I hold. It's very interesting. They are not different from the human interaction. It's very interesting. I think young viewers, you just look around, you must be watching Animal Planet, National Geographic channels, and you go to the field, not necessarily, of course, they bring wonderful things through the TV, but you go around your house, your home, adjacent forest, adjacent paddy fields, you will see a lot of interaction. Everyone is having mobile. Maybe buy 160 rupees one, macro lens. Try to say photograph how these insects are interacting. You will enjoy, really.
So mostly when you're going in the field, you must have encountered animals.
Yeah.
So did you have any scary or happy moments with the animals that
Yeah,
you've come
always
across?
they were happy moments, though I was about to lose my life a couple of times. You see, for example, we were traveling in Masinagudi. Masinagudi is in Tamil Nadu. Okay, so that's known for elephants. Okay, so we went for some survey. Then my guide and some electricity board engineers, they were in the jeep, first jeep. The next jeep only myself. I was a student, a research student at that time, and driver was there. It's a open jeep. Open jeep means a tarpaulin will be there. Backside it will be open, so that we can put our collections and other things. I saw something interesting, some bird there. I asked him to stop, just roadside. There were bushes. I waded through the bushes, and all of a sudden, the trumpet at the close quarters. Uh, See, I could feel that, my heart getting detached and falling down in slow motion. You imagine in a movie style. Uh, of course, I just lifted my head, and already it was extending. It's a trunk. It was close. I don't know how I didn't run. I flew, and I jumped into the jeep from the backside. The moment he heard the trumpet call, he already started the jeep. So he stopped after 2-3 kilometers. Already my guide also, they started already. Then after 2-3 kilometers, they stopped and asked, what has happened? See, these are very, not scary moments. Because that is why you go to field. You want to have those encounters. But so far I am alive. I am happy. Like this, there are many. We encountered tigers. And on one occasion, of course, we used to wear hunter shoes when we go to field. In the forest, thick forest, it's lush, the soil was wet. And I realized I was looking something up. Then I realized something is wriggling down. My shoes were on the head of the snake. I don't know, you lift it, maybe it will bite. That's very interesting. Anyway, I will not spend time on that. There are many. All interesting. No scary.
Okay, no
Because
scary moments.
if you are a field worker, we go with this one. Maybe this is my last visit. I may not come back. That's fine. How people, mountaineers go and scale Everest. They know very well that at any time that risk is there.
So are your family members aware about all of these incidents?
At that time, I was not married.
Oh,
After marriage, I never told my wife this kind of risks are there.
okay.
Otherwise, you can't go.
Hmm.
Of course, all said and done, thanks to the family. They
So
always
you're still
supported.
passionate about research and still you go into the fields. But what about your family? Like, don't they feel that you are not spending much time at home?
My family is there with me still,
Okay.
so there is no problem. Of course, once in a while they feel where on important occasions also you are not there, but they understand. So this is his profession, and this is his passion. You should go, and sometimes now of course kids are grown up. They say that where you were never there, mama only used to take us here and there. That is true. Maybe at that time. But I tell them only one thing. You imagine I'm a soldier posted in a LSC along the border. I come once in 2 years. Is it not better? They know. So it was not a problem at all. They were always supportive. Even today, though I retired, I go on holidays. It was wonderful. It is wonderful, and it will be.
So you have done extensive field work, and have and also you are, though you have retired as a senior professor from Goa University, you now continue as the chairperson of GSRF. What are your future plans for the state of Goa?
No, see, Goa State Research Foundation has 23 objectives, okay, and it encompasses everything. Through research, how we can uplift Goa. For that, you have to make people to do research, especially the problems related to Goa and all. Bring academia, industry, government departments, even society together. We are, we have just begun our journey. We will be able to do it. It's not one person's dream or anything. For your information, so far, Goa is the only state to have such a foundation. Okay, now though we have National Research Foundation, this is the only state so far, and people are actually, they are wondering how come small state. Yes, that is the vision of the government. This is one, and we have governing council experts who will guide us what to do, how to go about. So we go that we implement. That is so here purely as an administrator, as part of the visionary tank I work. But personally, research, I am not able to. I am able to ask a lot of questions in the field, but I don't have enough time and people support to do myself. Because in university, what happened, whatever research I have done, it's not purely mine. It is also my students, because under my guidance they have done. So the credit goes to them. Okay. So though we are there to guide, interact, come out with some wonderful ideas.
Sir, if a student wishes to work in field-oriented research, will you be available to guide or mentor?
Of course, we are here for that. I'll be very happy. Many people contact. Many people contact. Sir, can I come and meet you? I said, please welcome. When can I come? You come right now. We don't have problem. Of course, unless there are some slated official meetings and all. Otherwise, I am always available. Sometimes as you are asking this question, we did some small pilot experiment. We took KP College second year biology students to the field, okay, field workshop. Before entering to the field, there were 24 students. We asked them, how many of you are interested in field-oriented work for your project? Only one student raised his hand. I said, okay, fine. Then Dr. Pranay Vaidya, he is specialist on ants. He was also there with me. I was there. We divided them into two groups, 2 hours each. We swapped them. We asked a lot of questions. What are the questions we can ask in the field? They got so much interested. So at the end of 4 hours workshop, we asked them, now tell how many of you are interested in doing field-oriented project work. You won't believe 21 students raised their hand. That means people are not exposed to the field. We cannot accuse them. Okay, we have to see that they are aware of their ecology. They are aware of their environment, aware of the plants and animals around us. So then automatically they will take interest. That's a very pilot model. Now we would like to repeat this, replicate it elsewhere. Yeah.
So certainly it has been a fruitful discussion with you. But certainly our viewers will be interested in venturing into this field, I suppose. And what would be your message to the viewers, sir?
Nothing. I would say only one thing. Don't think research as something great. You have to grow beard like great scientists you have seen on pictures and all. Nothing. Research is very simple. Open your mind, ask simple questions, and you see whether answers for these questions are available. If answers are not available, that is a research question. Then you go ahead and see how to get answer for this. Nothing. It's very simple and you will love it. The best way to start, especially being a field taxonomist, field biologist, you go to the field, go around, talk to elders who know the field. They may be uneducated, illiterate, but they have lot of practical knowledge. They will give lot of information, their experiences. Now you put your scientific question. That's all. You started with your research, right?
As the conversation comes to an end, I would like to express my sincere gratitude to Professor M.K. Janarthanam for coming out from his busy schedule and sharing his knowledge and experience with all of us. तुमकांय बीन सगळ्यांक देव बरें करूं. तुम्ही सगळ्यांनी आयकलां आणि तुमकां भरपूर नॉलेज मेळ्ळाच आसतली ह्या कॉन्वर्सेशनांतल्यान. तुमकां देव बरें करूं. थँक्यू सो मच.